Abusuya Alexander Afenyomarkins, the minority leader. Abusuya Bekaya Emerebi Ebeto just say Honorable Alexander Afenyomarkins. Abo police ni bi asu. Yes. Corporal forcing. Abusuya ene waba abonten wabreak silence wakasa afina police ni abusuya wakasa we dey ma me kasa wan pese yoko na yetie ne nsem a odi atuja. Credit goes to Black Empire Media. Yes, Black Rasta na abusuya odi sansem we the ababetuja yonko ne yetie nsem a police ni this time round abusuya waka. Yes, afina wabreak silence intimate say e bese wa say subscribe to my YouTube channel, notification bells for podcast update. That's why I bear media judge.
Policeman Afenyomarkins Slapped speaks at last. A policeman by name Corporal Forsen Abel, who is at the Tesano police station, we all saw on video, was slapped by the micro minority in parliament. And you watch him, that's him, wearing the hat. My brother, my sister, holding a handkerchief, giving the policeman a big fat slap. Did the policeman suffer any injuries? What became of this issue? My brother, my sister, there was a docket. A docket was sent all the way to the office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Dr. Dominic Akuritinga Ayene. And investigations are still going on. We have been following on this issue. And remember, we brought you the first part and we promised that we will follow this issue to its final conclusion, or better still, its final destination. We showed you the docket, okay? It was clear. The police is not happy. The police is angry. The police is waiting for results. And this is the docket. Written on the 27th of June, 2025. And the fact of the case is right there. Dash it away. My brother, my sister, investigations have gone on. The police were picked up and sent all the way to the scene of crime. And the whole thing was reenacted by the forensics department of the police. And from that time, the case has gone damper. We vow that we'll follow it to its final destination. And today, we have information for you. Earlier today, I decided to take a walk all the way to the Tesano police station here in Accra. My brother, my sister, looking for this corporal who was slapped. The slap that we saw on video. I went there and decided to ask of him. One person directed me to another person directed me to another person. At the end of the day, my brother, my sister, I was able to find him standing by this police vehicle for long. There he approached me, bam! And then we started to talk. He said, I need to talk to my commander. I have to talk to my commander to be sure that, please, you will talk to me. My fear was that I may not get the chance to speak with this gentleman because I know how police people like bureaucracy. My brother, my sister. But I allowed him. I stood behind as he went knocking on the door. of his commander. And then he gave a salute. And his commander asked him what the problem was. He was told, and boom, he asked him to sit down. And then finally, he asked me to call me in. Beautiful bureaucracy. So I got the opportunity to sit with him and to talk to him. My brother, my sister. 2 more witnesses were called in to also speak. He was excited that I was following up on this issue. My brother, my sister, he opened up to me. Of course, he was sitting in front of his commander. So there was a little bit of tension. I wish I could take him out and speak with him. But I didn't want to miss the very first opportunity. And when I spoke with him, what did he say? Watch this.
Okay, so on that fateful day, Tesano Division was detailed at the Parliament House. Myself and my commanders were all there to make sure the demonstration was peaceful. So whilst the demonstrators were all there, we were also providing security for them. Before I could say Jack, I heard somebody slap me. Where's me on? Where's me on? So I just raised up my head and saw that it was the minority leader. So when I saw that it was him, I was just holding the barricade, and then he slapped me again. So quickly I turned to my commander, and then they all came, and then they restrained him. So that was what happened.
Why did he slap you?
I don't know.
When he slapped you at the time, did you know that was a minority leader?
I raised up my head and saw his face, and then noticed that it was the minority leader.
Did you say anything back?
When he slapped me, I was just there looking at him.
Where has the case reached right now?
When it happened, I lodged a complaint, took a medical form, and went to the hospital. And then the investigators also took up the case at the headquarters.
What have you been told after that?
I've not been told anything.
Has the minority leader come to meet with you, to plead with you, or talk to you?
No, I've not seen him since the incident happened.
What do you want to see then?
Justice.
What would you call justice? What exactly do you want?
He assaulted me, so justice should be done. I need justice. That's it.
Did you suffer any physical pain?
Yes, I was having some problem with my eye, and it continued for about 2 to 3 weeks before it stopped.
Do you believe that you get justice?
I believe so. I believe so.
This is Corporal Forsen Abel. As you can see on his shirt, Forsen written. He's a corporal, handsome and very strong. In our short conversation, I asked him, if you were to attack Afenyomarkins back, what would it have been like? He said, I'm a very professional policeman. When he hit me the first time, I decided to consider it as a mistake. But when he hit the second time, I looked at my commander for his command to attack back. But he told me to take it easy, and I just smiled. Did you have any pain? He said, yes. His eye got swollen. In fact, it even became bloodshot. He had to go to the police hospital and be treated for a number of days. He's still sitting here waiting for justice. But we decided to speak with the other witnesses. The commander himself was standing there when the incident happened. He spoke to us. He didn't want to be on camera, but he will give us an audio. That was interesting. And the commander is an interesting personality. His Superintendent of Police Isaac O. Okanse. That's his name. My brother, my sister. That's him. He kept smiling at me over and over. But deep inside him, he was burning with pain and anger for what happened to one of the boys that he took on this assignment. He talked to me. What did he say? Watch this.
On that day, I forget the date, but we were assigned to Parliament House, as my corporal earlier on said. It's true, Tesano Division was assigned or detailed to provide security at the Parliament House. So when we got there, we barricaded the frontage, awaiting for the protesters. They sent 3 gentlemen, one Honorable Sami Ewuku, their communication director, Richard Ahiamba, then Kofi Akpalu was with them. They came in advance. So we had a meeting and I agreed with them, those who should be allowed into the inner perimeter. So I asked Richard Ahiamba to be by me in the inner perimeter. So when they got there, whoever should be allowed into the inner perimeter, he will identify or point, allow this person, allow that person. And that was what we were all abiding to until the minority leader and his group, because they didn't come at a go, they were splitted in batches. So when he arrived, he instructed the police, open. So those manning the barricade turned to look at me. I also was watching Richard Ayagba. Then he said, I saw he is known, his mandate should allow, but he wanted to enter with his entourage, and that is where the scuffle. That he should open for him and his entourage to enter the inner parliament. We are parliamentarians, and so today you are not here as a parliamentarian, you are here as a protester. We've agreed with your party executives who and who should be allowed to present your petition. So before I will say Jack, I saw the minority leader holding a handkerchief, throwing his hand towards the corporal face once. Then I saw the second one. So the second one, he turned, looking into my face. Then I told him, cool down. If you are hurt, go back, because I didn't want any exchanges. We allow him in. Then he, well, even when he threw the first punch, I heard his PA and some people, party members with us in the inner perimeter, restraining him. Leader, stop. Leader, don't do it. Leader, don't. Leader, stop, leader. Finally, he entered. Then, upon a second thought, he said he can't breathe. The corporal pressed his ribs and he cannot breathe until they pour water on him, which we didn't even see. We were invited to the CID headquarters. Our statement were taken. We were taken back to the spot to reconstruct the scene with the whole team from Cyber and SIU, CID headquarters. And that is the last time I heard anything about the incident.
Did you see Afenyomarkins being assaulted by the police?
No at all. Even he was behind the barricade, so he even stretched before he touched the policeman. He was behind, and the barricade was triple, it's 3. So even he hitting the policeman, he stretched the hand. So the policeman being inside the barricade could not even get access to him.
Superintendent of Police Isaac O. Okanse. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree, an MA in criminology and beyond. My brother, my sister, he was not happy. They are all waiting for justice. Then he invited the crime officer, who was also on the scene, to come over and talk to me. And he was happy. When he came, he spoke. Crime officer Suleimana spoke to me. He saw more because he was right behind Corporal Forsen Abel. What did he say? Watch this.
On that fateful day, we were actually detailed. That is the personal divisional command. We were detailed to the Parliament House to actually provide security to the the demonstrators who were marching from one point to the Parliament House, and we were there to actually provide security. So we actually structured the whole frontage of the Parliament House such a way that we will not get more people into the inner perimeter, because we were actually giving a quota that it should be only the executives who will be appointed. So my senior men, they had that meeting, and then they gave us that information. So we were asked to be by the barricades in front of the Parliament House. So when they were arriving, my commander and other commanders were inside the perimeter, pointing those who are supposed to come in. Then, not quite long, the minority leader also came with his entourage. When they arrived, he was giving instructions to the police to open way for he and his followers to enter. So the police said, no, you are known and you are the minority leader, so we can allow you to get in. Without you, nobody should follow. It's you alone. He said, no, I'm here with my men. We must enter. And that's where the exchange started. So I saw my commander pointing that, yes, you can come in. Then he got furious. And that's where he threw his hand against the man in front. But the corporal was right in front of him. So when he stretched his hand, he hit the guy twice. And that's when I went into between the barricades and them. That no, that should not happen. Because his boys were advancing. And that's where my concentration was, to prevent them from advancing towards the corporal. So I said, look, let's open for the leader to get in. And that's how we are protected, and he entered. But forcefully, he even took his PA along. But we allowed it. Then he entered and went straight to the commanders, and they had their own business in there. So that's just what we saw. The corporal, when the first blue went, second one, he turned. He was trying to look around whether you get his commander. But that time, commander was also standing right behind him. So he signaled him. So he stopped. And he laughed. Then I heard him even saying that, you are laughing. Ube bre. Ube bre. And I was bomb in the mebre. Ube bomb in the mebre. Ube bre.
Well, you heard ASP Suleiman Abdullah. He said, when Afenyomarkins hit the corporal twice, And the corporal turned round to find out from his commander what action he should take. And commander telling him to take it easy, he started to smile. And Afenyomarkins looked at him and said, "Wo, ubebre." Say usre, ubebre. In other words, you are laughing. You will suffer. That's Afenyomarkins there with his magic handkerchief. That's him there. You're talking. You see the police there. Yes, that's him. Standing right there, trying to make his people come. But the police was there to bring order. And you can see the commander standing right there. My brother, my sister, standing there and talking to the people. Please take it easy. Take it easy. And that's him finally allowed in after slapping the policeman. My brother, my sister, that's Afenyomarkins. And the policeman said, you who attacked me, you are telling me that I will suffer. My brother, my sister, dash it away. If this was a policeman who had hit a politician, I'm sure by now they would have found a solution to this. The policeman would have been indicted. Punishment would have been swift. Because there are some people who are bigger than everybody, and they are the politicians. Many people go to a hospital. They die in their droves. It looks like nothing is being done. Let the son or a daughter of a politician die in that hospital. That day, all hell will break loose. They will find an instant solution. There's a bad road that always has accidents on. Nobody seems to care. Let a politician break his leg on it. They will find a solution that same day. If Afenyomarkins, the hand that we saw coming from him, hitting the policeman, is anything to go by, why is justice taking so long? How long would it take us to investigate? At the end of the day, there is the need for justice for the young couple. The police were only there to bring sanity and order. What was their crime? Now, if police people can be assaulted like this and nothing happens and it takes so long to get justice, then I wonder what image we are creating for our police. I'm saying if it was the other way around, if a policeman had slapped, even by mistake, a politician, by now, all hell would have broken loose. But a policeman is slapped, and we saw it on video. The MP, who is supposed to be called an honorable member, goes to say that, oh, the same policeman was pressing my ribs. He even hit me, and I almost comatose. What kind of a cock and bull story is this? Let's face facts. Did it happen at the blind side of the camera? What really happened? What did the investigation show? They said they had to even pour water on him. And I'm told that he claims that he has a video of the policeman squeezing his ribs and hitting him. Why is the video delaying? Can we put it out so that we all can see? The investigative bodies, what are they saying? Justice delayed is justice denied. The young corporal is sitting down there. There are a lot of police men and women who are aggrieved because they are beginning to see that in the line of duty, they don't even have any protection, where dirty politicians are involved. I said, if it was the other way around, by now the whole country would have been on fire. They will go and sit in parliament and make noise until everything favors them. But today, even parliamentarians are not sitting in parliament demanding justice for the poor corporal who has only been a policeman for only God knows how many days now. When is Corporal Forsen Abel going to get justice? He said he had a swollen eye.